now that in the early years of the 20th century, this world was being watched closely by intelligences greater than man's, yet as mortal as his own. We know now that as human beings busied themselves about their various concerns, they were scrutinized and studied, perhaps almost as narrowly as a man with a microscope might scrutinize the transient creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. Infinite complacence, people went to and fro over the earth about their little affairs, serene in the assurance of their dominion over this small, spinning fragment of solar driftwood, which by chance or design, man has inherited out of the dark mystery of time and space. Yet across an immense ethereal gulf, minds that are to our minds as ours are to the beasts in the jungle, intellect vast, cool and unsympathetic, regarded this earth with envious eyes, and slowly and surely drew their plans against us.
Professor Morse of Macmillan University reports observing a total of 3 explosions on the planet Mars between the hours of 7:45 p.m. and 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is reported that at 8:50 p.m. a huge flaming object, believed to be a meteorite, fell on a farm in the neighborhood of Grover's Mill, New Jersey, 22 miles from Trenton. The flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as Elizabeth.
We are bringing you an eyewitness account of what's happening on the Wilmus Farm, Groversville, New Jersey.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is kind of V-shaped with saliva dripping from its rimless lips. It seems to rising up now, and the cloud falls back. There's plenty. That was extraordinary experience, ladies and gentlemen. I can't find words. Well, wait a minute, something's happening. Some shape is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from that mirror and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Oh, Lord, they're turning into flames. I see them by the woods of cars. There's gas tanks to the automobiles spreading everywhere. Coming this way now, about 20 yards to my left.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill. Evidently, there's some difficulty with our field transmission.
Bayonne, New Jersey, calling Langham Field. Come in, please.
Langham Field, go ahead.
8 Army bombers in engagement with enemy tripod machines over Jersey Flats. Engines incapacitated by heat ray. All crashed.
Newark, New Jersey. Warning. Poisonous black smoke pouring in from Jersey marshes. Gas mask useless. Urge populations move into open spaces. Avoid congested areas. 2X2L calling CQ. Come in, please. This is 8X3R coming back at 2X2L. How's reception? Okay, please. Where are you, 8X3R? What's the matter? Where are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been informed that we have finally established communication with an eyewitness of the tragedy. As a scientist, he will give you his explanation of the calamity. The next voice you hear will be that of Professor Pearson, brought to you by direct wire.
Of the creatures in the rocket cylinder at Grover's Mill, I can give you no authoritative information, either as to their nature, their origin, or their purposes here on Earth. Of their destructive instrument, I might venture some conjectural explanation. All too evident that these creatures have scientific knowledge far in advance of our own. It's my guess that in some way they are able to generate an intense heat in a chamber of practically absolute non-conductivity. This intense heat they project in a parallel beam against any object they choose by means of a polished parabolic mirror of unknown composition. Much as the mirror of a lighthouse projects a beam of light.
Artillery, Air Force, everything wiped out. People are holding service here below us. This may be the last broadcast. We'll stay here to the end. Wait a minute, the enemy's now in sight above the Palisades. Five great machines.
I set down these notes on paper. All that happened before the arrival of these monstrous creatures in the world now seems part of another life. What day is it? Does time pass when there are no human hands left to wind the clocks? Do days exist without calendars? I'm obsessed by the thought that I may be the last living man on Earth. My wife, my colleagues, my students, books, my world. Where are they? Did they ever exist?